Hey guys, hope you had a good day. Today we are doing Daniel in the Lion's Den. Has anybody ever heard of that story? So, Daniel and the Lion's Den. Here goes. It pleased Darius, who was the king, to appoint 120 satraps to rule throughout the kingdom. So he had 120 guys, and then he had 3 administrators that were over them, and then there was him. So it was the king, 3 guys, and then 120 other guys, and they took care of the whole kingdom. Now Daniel had done such a good job of interpreting dreams, and he was such a man of great character. He was actually one of the 3 guys. So he was really high-ranking official in the kingdom, even though he wasn't even really their people. He was from another nation. And yet the Lord had given him so much honor that he was like the boss of other people, even though that he wasn't even from there. Remember, he got taken captive from Israel. So all these people were made accountable to the king. Now, Daniel so distinguished himself among the administrators by his exceptional qualities. Alright, so what would an exceptional quality be? I'm going to give you some, and you tell me. Always 10 minutes late to work. Exceptional quality. Always takes at least $1 or $2 out of the cash register so he can buy a Coke, and never pays it back. Exceptional quality. Starts rumors about all the other governors and satraps so that they'll get in trouble, so he'll look cool. Puts in 8 hours worth of work if he was asked to work 8 hours. Will do a job even if it isn't a cool job. If he's asked to do it, they'll say, yes sir. If someone overpays, he'll give the customer back their money they gave that was too much. Exceptional qualities. Dresses up nice for work so that he makes a good impression. Makes sure that everybody else does their job, and if they don't, fires them. Exceptional qualities. Just think in your head, what would exceptional qualities be? The king planned to set him over the whole kingdom because he was so awesome. He trusted him, and he was the bomb. When the satraps found this out, all the other 122 guys found this out. They tried to find grounds to charges against Daniel and his conduct, the way he conducted government affairs. But they were unable to do so. They could find no corruption in him. He wouldn't take a bribe. He wouldn't do anything dishonest. You know what a bribe is? It's like somebody says, hey, I'm going to give you $100 if you'll let me do this thing that's totally against the law. You know, just look the other way real quick. Like, I don't know if I have any example. So say the king was trying to buy grain from 3 or 4 different farmers. One farmer says, hey, if you'll be sure that the king buys all this grain from me, I'll hook you up. I'll give you like a couple $1,000 so that, the king will buy all this grain from me and not from the other farmers. That would be corruption. He was trustworthy. He was neither corrupt nor negligent. Negligent would be like you're lazy at your work. Like, explain negligent. Help me, babe. So he can say he's got a lot going on. He can use the excuse, I'm just too busy. I wasn't able to get to that. But he could hire somebody to do his work. Negligent. Negligence is basically, okay, in school, if you're negligent, you had homework, you go home and you mess around and play around and you don't do your homework even though you knew you had your homework, and you neglect to do what you know you were supposed to do. He never did that with his work. If he knew he had something to get done, he would get it done or find a way to get somebody else to get it done. He'd make sure it was taken care of. Was not negligent. Finally, these men said, we'll never find any basis for charges against this man, Daniel, unless it has something to do with his God. So, the administrators and satraps went as a group to the king, and they schmoozed with him and said, "Oh, King, live forever." The royal administrators have all agreed that the king should issue an edict and enforce the decree that anyone who prays to any god or man during the next 30 days, except to you, O king, should be thrown into the lion's den. Now, O king, issue a decree writing that cannot be altered in accordance with the laws of the Medes and the Persians, which cannot be repealed. The king put the decree in writing. Okay, so it's really important that you know that he can't go back on his word once he's made a law. He can't change the law. They made that, I guess, so that they'd really think it through before they made something a law. Now, when Daniel learned about the decree, I know I do this every time I've taught this, and you guys have been in class when I've taught this, but it's really good. Daniel learned about the decree. What did he do? Could have gone in, closed his eyes, turned out the lights, got it under his covers, closed his eyes, inside of his head, and just prayed real quiet so no one would hear, so he wouldn't get in trouble. But what he had done, Daniel, his whole life, what he had done is every day he would open his windows towards Jerusalem, where his home was, where the temple of the Lord was, where God's presence was, the Ark of the Covenant used to be. He knew God used to reside there. He'd open his windows that way, and 3 times a day he would pray to God. Okay? So, but now that he knew the rules, probably do something different. I wonder if God would have been okay with that. I think God might have really been okay with that. I know that God was really happy that Daniel stood up for the Lord and did what was right. I know it made the Lord really happy. So, Daniel went to his house, went home, went upstairs, where his windows opened toward Jerusalem, so everybody could see him. 3 times a day, he got down on his knees and prayed, giving thanks to God, just as he had done before. Then the men went to the king. They did all that stuff. Oh, you said, and you made the rule, and it can't be changed. But they said it all like, they were all sad. Did you not publish a decree that during the next 30 days anyone, O king, whoever prays to a god or man except you, O king, would be thrown into the lion's den? The decree stands in accordance with the laws of the Medes and the Persians, which cannot be repealed, answered the king. They said, Daniel pays no attention to you, O king. The decree you put into writing. He still prays 3 times a day. When the king heard this, he was greatly distressed, and he realized that he had been duped. Bob didn't say that. But he was greatly distressed, and he determined to rescue Daniel. He made every effort till sundown to save him. He couldn't do it because he made a law that can't be changed. So the king gave the order. They put Daniel in the lion's den. The king sealed the den with his ring. He hauled it inside. said to him, said, "May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you." The king went home, was sad all night, didn't have entertainment brought to him, didn't sleep. Then in the morning, at first light of dawn, the king got up and hurried to the lion's den. When he came to the den, he called to Daniel in an anguished voice, "Daniel! Servant of the living God, has your God, whom you serve continually, been able to rescue you from the lions?" So imagine in your head what that looked like. He's probably like, "There's no way anybody's going to answer. There's no way." That moment in time where he's listening, hoping in his heart, wanting so bad to hear. He just knows it's not going to happen. Daniel answered, "O king, live forever. My God sent his angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions. They have not hurt me, because I was found innocent in his sight, nor have I ever done any wrong before you, O king." The king was overjoyed. He gave orders that Daniel be brought out. At the king's command, the men who falsely accused Daniel were brought in and thrown into the lion's den, along with their wives and their children. Before they reached the floor of the den, the lions overpowered them and crushed all their bones. And why does that part make us happy? Because it's justice for those people that come against the Lord and come against the Lord's anointed. One day everyone will get justice. Love you guys. Have a good night. Sweet dreams.